Okay, where I am right now is I'm about to load up this Sparrow 2R, and I am going to make this because right now on my bots I turned on the replicator dual instead of the 2X, and I want to see if I can get rid of a bunch of smudging going on. And the abouts is 2.4135, and colors white, blue, yeah, the subtle improved maker wear. Sure, let's turn that on. And make that with, let's see, I believe the fella said to go with more like 15%. So I'll mod that down, maintain the two shells. Now you say I can't, I can't go up that high, huh? So I'm gonna go 170. And tickling that all the way up to, there it is, maximum. And whoops, come on. Use defaults. Okay, 280. Okay, I probably lied about the 300, but that's still. I remember one time I was up to 280. Of course, I'm talking to a different machine there anyway. And I'll go 220. And this guy will go at 60 with 120. And quality at 15210. Bump that up one click. And haven't had hairspray. Oops. Turn these guys off. And the same smudgy crap is in there. Okay. Now I'd taken a look at the steel files, and they were okay. But this is some really wild, bizarre stuff. So then, I wonder if the dual is the one, because on my other scaling issue, that one seemed to come out a little bit smaller. And is not taking. Okay. And the same. Got those goofy strings on there. Whoop. Righty, and bump that down to low default. Okay. It's just simply going to give us all that kind of goofy stuff there. All right. So, that's that part of the story. Now we'll go to the MakerBot. Okay, what I've got to do here is I got a bunch of slack. So all of my shifting abilities there are not there. So what I've got to do is dismantle everything, loosen this fellow, and retract it back on the slide slots, clip off a chunk of belt, and then tie everything back down, and pretty much start from there. So then we'll light things up after I get that, and I got some new greases here, and we'll get that all done up. Meanwhile, on over here, we're in real tight shape there. So that's where that is. Now, instead of having to deal with these clips that are hanging on up there, can you see the shadows, I hope? With, anyway, there's plenty of clearance according to our starts and stops, but what they had done in the assembly department is a piss poor job, pure and simple, because you see those dents with the washers in there. That's the source of that whole problem. So now I have plenty of tension here. When I pull, I get a good tone on the belt compared to that previous looseness. So we'll finish this up. Okay, 2.4.127. Visit our blog. Okay. Let's get started and all that. Okay, and then maker bots. That part of the library is still there for the 2X. And show the log. Startup, da-da-da-da-da. Okay, you guys know this much better than me, so I'll be back in a while. Okay, I think this is where my bad is here. I was seeing this Replicator 2 and reading that as the version number, and what I do have is 7.3 now. And restoring defaults. So, now let's see what we have. And backing up. And going into, oops, we'll need to go to there, accelerate on, sticking with white because I've been doing so much recording, duals, yes, exit that. Push a little harder, 230, and okay, 280 is max. And then here, whoops, that does not, on 7.3, is not allowing me. Okay, well, you got me. Because earlier I was able to play with that. You got me. You got me on that. Because you saw in my earlier videos, yeah, I was able to kick with that number change. Okay, more later. Okay, I'm reset to 2X now, and version 7.4, and I've gone through the initial startup script, and noticing, yes, I did a terrible job of laying down new 3DX Captain there. And that was one thing I noticed there on the other tubes, was on the first generation there, that the guys were all getting a full roll Kapton tape. That was kind of wild. So now coming back into my other items here. Brake tool 230, and here I have platform at 130. There we go. So version 7.4. Okay, I told it 100. Where did I tell it 130? Somewhere in my settings inside the Lenovo, in, what did I find here? In the services, onboard preferences. Oh, there you are, looking at the sky there, huh, guys? Onboard preferences, I did this D prime at one step. I'm gonna have to go through more of the you guys' info there at Google Group, but thank you very much. I'm getting a very small handle on this stuff, and I mean, I'm a rank beginner, and now we're getting into this stuff, and I mean, I need education, and that would be my big question is, where do we get all of this information from? Preheat 230 platform. Now if I bump it here, to 150, yeah. Probably don't need to go any higher than that. And all of these other terms, P terms, all of that, and then set points, okay, we got that. And then the other thing too is, yeah, my fan was doing exactly what I wanted it to do. And now that I'm cabled up here and talking to everything, let's see if I can mod. No, I'm totally satisfied with 130. Preheat setting. I just loaded up filament on my right side, which is yellow, and so now I'm ready to rerun my Z heights, because I set them really loose, and I think I hit a little smudge of glop on the right hand side. I wonder if that's general settings. Let's get back on the focus here. It's coming in pretty good, huh? A little bit tilted. And seven 4. And we are cooling off. Yes, that's a good thing. Okay. Okay, I'll go through another mode of leveling, and I've done calibration before. I don't think I need to do that now. General, no, I went through that. Preheat, let's see if I can reset that to that 150. Okay, but I am getting 130 down to 110. So that's version 7.4 lets me get up to 130, and I'll pull in a reference picture or whatever where I had a hotter temperature there, because I know I've got a lot of that in my history stuff. So that's enough for right now, and then when I get underway with our coffee cup, I think I'll upload new information. Okay, I'm in preheat mode, and now let's go to that block that I had at 140 degree build plate on. I should probably be doing things with the screen here instead. New bracket, okay, so it's reading one. Now the old setting was at 140 that was on my make file, and there we go with, now it's clicking on the 140. And let's see if it'll take it up to that. Yes, it will. Yep, she's heading on up there. Now, the other thing with this is that it was done with the Mac. Okay, and we'll be back in a half an hour, and let's take a look at our, let's see, the best I got was a 302 over a 328 lump is what I had previously, and I did not show you how tight the belts are on that x-axis, and it is very tight now. Well, it's much better looking than it was before, except that I've got this little lump going on here, and I can feel on the 45 degree points that there's not as much of a zipper. That was a 27-minute build, and now we're going to go to a caliper. And we have 315, get right under that lump, 310, 320, 280, 275, 280, 275, 270, 270, oh, wait a minute, let's get back on the spot here, 315, 320, 315, 308, 320, 315, 320, 310, 308, 320, 315, 320, 310, 308. Yeah, and .254 on the corner, 262 on that corner, 110 for an 093, and 118 for, or 098 was that number, and a 1/4 inch thick equals 265, 260, 262, 248, 250, and let's see if we can get you into some glare here. We have a little bit of a burned surface and a little bubble on my Captain, but flatness is looking really good there. So that may have been leftovers from the black, because that's a brand new Captain there. Whoops. And let's take some numbers on that bottom there. Whoops. Which is supposed to be 157. Oh, baby. 155. 164. 170. 152. And of course there's some deburring post-processing that has to happen there. Yeah, good enough. I'm gonna keep it where she is and go with it.